We are talking about dreams today, so think of your real dream and ask yourself, is this really my lifelong goal, or do I just want proof of success right now? Real dream, not some fake dream, something you actually want to do to make a difference in the world. Doing this will help you define your personal definition of success. 2, create your own personal definition of success. Really do that, okay? Write it down, all right? There's a great quote from author Danielle Laporte. Can you remember who you were before the world told you who you should be? We often choose dreams that are refractions of what society deems as valuable. So what happens is, say, hey, these are the things that are valuable. This is what we're paying attention to. And you say, oh, that's what my dream is because I want to be valuable. I want to copy what other people are doing or have proof that I'm successful. But what you realize, it might actually be a refraction. And if you know about light, how it passes through, and sometimes you're looking at something that may not necessarily be exactly where it actually is. So let's talk about how humans see patterns. We're constantly learning for patterns, and patterns of what success is, acquiring knowledge, and we tend to be uneasy with chaos and chance. So when you think of your future self, you want something that seems steady, you want something that seems successful, but what your dream might actually be is these 4 words: seeking evidence of success, or what I call SEOS. And yes, there is SEO, which is search engine optimization, which is being the first result of something. And that's what we are trained to do, right? You train kids to, hey, write this college application and tell them how great you are. And you know what's happened? Becoming a teacher made me realize something. It made me realize that we are taught to feel successful. We are pressured to prove it. And there's a difference between actual success and proof, because some things you can feel it in your heart, but some things it's out there. You don't really know. So the question is your dream an illusion? In a recent interview, rapper Ice-T said the following: the biggest thing that surprised me about music is you could lie. He says, oh, there's the house. That's their car. That's their girl. They'll put jewelry on you. They'll take it back. You've heard of prop money. You've heard of fake money. You've heard of fake jewelry, right? Well, I teach middle school. A lot of kids think they actually have to live this lifestyle, especially in an industry that talks so much about realness. How much of it is just an illusion, right? So you rent a car, MTV Cribs, and they put you in a house that's not yours. It's just all made you to think that sometimes something that actually is real isn't necessarily real. So sometimes thinking you must be young to live a dream can backfire. If you put a time limit on your dream and say, I will achieve greatness by 19, 23, or 29, you might start to look at what you haven't done instead of what you have. And this is important. Okay? It simulates running out of time. Let's say you're in a relationship. I need to get married by this age, or I need to have this goal by this age. Well, it might be whoever you're with is just who you're going to be with, because you're so focused on by 27 or by 24 instead of what is actually meant for me to happen. And think of 30 under 30, 40 under 40 lists, and you say, I've only got 2 years left until this happens. So every moment, though, there's some silver lining here, because every moment you spend on your dream brings you closer. Start with micro goals, such as working to learn new software or build new skills. Take advantage of every learning opportunity. Track how you're actually spending your time. If you're sitting here saying, why am I not going to be this professional person or this actor, or why is the music taking off, and you track how you actually spend your time, you're like, oh, you know what, I have an extra 5 hours each week or 5 hours each day to add to something. You have an incredible capacity to get it done. If you don't achieve success early, but it's not the end, I know this, trust me. Many of us grow up with high aspirations that can turn into unrealistic expectations. You can achieve great things early with hard work, but your dream may not happen in the way you expect, and sometimes that's a good thing. I will tell you a story about what actually made me teach. Temporary setbacks can lead to exponentially greater success in the future. I wanted to teach online before I was actually a teacher in the classroom. And, that didn't work out the way I said. So, I'm actually going to teach in the classroom. So sometimes failure can lead to something positive. It may take time, but keep working toward your dream. Every challenge is a chance to look forward. So write down your goals, all right? Dream smart. Find specific tasks you can do to achieve your dream. Break down goals in terms of time, not age. Don't say by 24, because the thing is, when you're 23 and 364 days, you're going to say, well, gee, I'm not going to meet this goal, so what's the point of, look, talk about time. I'm spending a certain amount of time each week. Develop that into a routine. This is a great quote from The Power of Habit, great book. The key to victory was creating the right routines, okay? Smile, you got this, because there's 3 major types of dreams: young dreams, in my opinion, professional dreams, and lifelong dreams, okay? If you turn your head towards lifelong dreams, you don't set the clock. And it means that even if it takes 5 years or 3 years or 10 years, you're going to keep pressing forward. So why does this matter? You're very likely to compare yourself to people who achieve young dreams. And it might make you think that the only dreams to be had, the only dreams that are available are young dreams: musicians, athletes, gamers, streamers, entertainers, right? And I know millennials, we thought about our future a lot, and we didn't necessarily like meet all of their expectations. There were a lot of challenges, but from what I'm experiencing teaching Gen Z, a lot of you guys are even more in a rush to be successful now than we were, and it kind of backfired for us. But you guys, I'd love to turn the world over to you, right? And I think you can do great things, but it might take a little bit longer than you realize. So small wins can propel you forward and plant the seeds for future gains. Harvest every opportunity. And here's what I thought success was, okay? Over 10 years ago, my dream was to be a successful poet, so I made this dancing poet. You know, all those famous poets out there. No, there's a couple, but you know, it's not very likely that you're going to achieve, you know, great success there. But I was featured on this blog, and then all of a sudden they said, hey, it's like Dimitri Martin, made it with the lead singer of Hathaway. They were just roasting me, right? So I thought I had this great idea. I wrote this thing out on a whiteboard. I'm doing dancing poetry. It was really weird, but I wanted to do it, so I did it. It turns out I took the video down. It was one of the main things that made me change my career and say, I actually want to teach in the classroom, right? Change my career. I'm an ELA and history teacher, and I know that even one classroom, one student working with a small group makes me more successful than any number of views. And you might have that experience where you're like, oh no, I tried something, it really didn't work out the way you expected, but sometimes it's a blessing in disguise. So what success means to me: teaching, writing, family, 100%, right? So you guys, you had something different, right? What is your success? Write it down, make it happen, okay? And remember, wherever your heart is, there you'll find your treasure, from one of my favorite books, The Alchemist, okay? Everyone has their own definition of success. Follow your dreams, recognize small wins, okay? Don't take them for granted. If you happen to be the next sensation, or, you know, great in your field, or doing something wonderful, that's fabulous. But there are also people who became enormous successes later in life. Your breakthrough is ready and waiting for you in the future, okay? I'm gonna hype you up for a second. You're never done. Start with why. Author Simon Sinek says start with why, because if you say, what is my dream? Is it to be successful by 23, or is it to do something that makes a difference for decades? Why are you doing something? Why are you pursuing that dream? If your why is strong enough, you don't care when it happens, all right? So forget the past. You may have tried and missed, but don't let that dictate your future. Giving up is the wrong choice. Your self-worth is determined by you. You don't have to depend on someone telling you who you are. The Queen said that, all right? Beyonce, okay? Look at yourself in the mirror, all right? What are your thoughts? So this has been something that's been in my mind for years, and I finally, you know, spent a lot more time than it looks on this, you know, putting it to words. And I hope you guys learn something. Focus on small wins, focus on your goals. Enjoy.